Okay, so this one is, it's just it's just made out of pine, and why does that glare so much right there like that? So it's made out of pine, but just a basic. It's got splines like I always make. I don't usually use any other kind of method except splining joinery. But this is just a basic one, so you can see it's not really finished in there. But the joints are like I was talking about in some of the other videos. That this is all tight on the inside all the way around, so it's not gonna. You hear so many stories about people saying that the urn they got from wherever they got it, that it's bursting on the seams. So mine will never do that to begin with. Plus, if something did happen, it's sealed on the inside. So let me tell you a story about how this type of urn. This isn't totally what I normally would make, but I usually make some very interesting and elaborate kind. But this is even this is a little bit elaborate for a small. I mean, just a basic urn. So I would sell these for very inexpensive. And so I used to work at I'm a veteran in the Army. I was in for about 9 years. But I worked at the Veterans Cemetery one summer about 5 years ago, and I got there were some people who came in to be buried. There was a lot of burials. It's not just mowing the grass around all that area. It's constantly filled with people, because people get old and they end up they choose to go there before they were dying, and then we get their body or we get their cremains. And so sometimes the cremains would come in just a cardboard box. Most of the times, family member made their own things. There was even like some Dale Earnhardt kind, and somewhat elaborate. Somebody who made their person like something made out of a nightstand or something. Some of the stuff could have been little interesting thing how the family does something with it. So, but anyway, once in a while there would be at least 2 or 3 times since I was there. While I was there was the guy, the person came in and just the bag with all of maybe a cardboard box with the bag, but it was just like a plastic bag, like when you go to the store to get, or a pet store and you get fish. It was like in a little bag like that, but no water, and it was just ashes and bones and chunks of bones that they do. So I got the idea of just being able to make. What if I just make a simple one and have them for free for people? There, I just make a few of them, and if they run into that again. But I ended up not just being able to make a simple box, so I ended up making these instead. So just a little extra work, it turns it into a good-looking box with the bevels and on top here, and then the grooves around the side. It's simple, but just doing that a little bit makes a big difference on how the thing looks. And thing is actually service worthy, I would say. And I could also make these for a little bit more money. I would make make some spline joinery here. It's just simple box. It's simple. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to make. But that's the basic one. And then this doesn't. I'll show you. Well, there's a little trick to all of these urns. I used to have to spend so much time trying to figure out. Oh, it's got to be exact right fit right in there. But sometimes it just doesn't work out, or it doesn't. But there's museum wax that it's called museum wax. Let me see if I have a piece, some of that over here. Here it is. No, it's museum. Yeah, it is. It's called museum wax. So if you take this, it's like little. They use them in museums still. There's another one called Quake. Oh yeah, Quake Hold. It does say Quake Hold. You take these make a little ball, and you put it on the corners where you want, and push it down, and then it'll stay there for a very long time, and they won't move around. But not all of my things that I make are like that. But if you want to hold it down, and then if you want to be opening and closing it to put things in or take things out, that works pretty good. I have here's sometimes I would bring that guy here. Anybody know the Price Master? He's kind of famous on the internet. It says, "Make me an offer." Then great, you look up the Price Master, kind of an art house thing, and I think that's it for now. I think most of my other ones, there are some other places, or I sold them, but these have been sitting around, and I had to get to making a video about them.